Eat what you kill, mindset, strategy, action.
If you don't hunt, you don't eat. This is the law in hunting and in sales. This training isn't for the entitled sales reps. This is for the elite closers looking to up-level their game. Today we're going to talk Eat What You Kill by Sam Taggart. We're going to go over mindset, strategy, and action every single day. So Sam Taggart has built a sales empire, starting a door-to-door business at 11 years old, and he's been in door-to-door for the last 2 decades. What he teaches in Eat What You Kill goes beyond sales. It's about life, identity, and purpose. So my promise today is that you will walk away from this training with a mindset that kills doubt and becomes a strategy to close more deals that uses sales psychology to make you unstoppable. So the plan, we're going to break this into 3 parts: mindset, strategy, and execution on how you can apply this today and in your next pitch. So let's dive in. The first interesting mindset that he shares is Goya, or get off your ass. I really like this because so many people talk about mindset and how you need to attract, and he does talk about the law of attraction and gravity and how you can manifest different things, but if that's all you're doing, it's not going to work. You need to actually get up, get going, get off your butt, and actually put in the pitches, put in the calls, put in the work, while you're also simultaneously working on that side of yourself that you're getting better mentally, you're doing meditations. You need to have the best of both worlds. Now, my specialty is I do sales and I help with the mindset as a sports psychologist. So you're getting the best of both worlds. The other mindset that he talks about is inertia, sales inertia. Momentum matters. And the other thing he says, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. So don't wait for this energy. Don't wait for it to come to you. Create it. You have the ability to create this energy you want every single day. It might be 80% of the battle, but execution is the other 20%, and that wins the war. So sales is about inner belief and outer motion. In the Eat What You Kill mindset, growth is greater than money. You earn what you deserve, and what you become in the process is more valuable than the paycheck. Again, about self-identity and transitioning and getting better. The thing that he says will help your mindset the best is to compete with others, but also to compete with yourself, to actually be a carnivore. There's 2 different mindsets you can have. You can be an herbivore or a carnivore. Herbivores will start to blame other people, and they say, my leads aren't that good, my area is not that good, and they start to shift blame. Whereas a carnivore, they say, I have to eat, I have to go and find something, I have to get this done. And that's competing with yourself. Don't get stuck in this mindset of the average is $100,000 a year. No, take that and say, I don't know what it is. I'm going to go and make it $500,000 a year and up level it no matter what it is, whether it's the amount of sales you're getting on average per day, the amount of money you can make in the career, or having an herbivore mindset. Switch it over to a carnivore mindset by tracking your goals. And the other thing, he talked about having a one door mentality, one more door. And again, I think of Ed Milet's book, One More. Always go one more. And that one more door can be the difference between a really good day, a great day, and an amazing year. Part 2 is strategy to win the long game. The very first thing is to begin with the end in mind. So he talks about goals and goal setting. Now, as mundane as this sounds, goal setting is very important in the realm of sales and in the realm of psychology. It is very important to know where you want to go so you know the path you have to take. Alice in Wonderland, she comes to the path. She asks the Cheshire Cat, which way do I go? Right or left? Cheshire Cat says it doesn't matter. You have to know which direction you want to take so that you can know which path to walk on. So you can tie every single little goal to your bigger mission. Now, the other strategy is that time is your greatest asset. So many people think that they're spending all day doing sales, but how much time is actually spent prospecting and pitching? Not that much. So many people spend time on social media or managing area, managing reps, taking lunch breaks, taking different phone calls, that you actually only give your pitch maybe 2 to 3 hours a day, versus the elite sales reps that are hyper focusing their time. They might be working less hours than you, but they're working 6 hours of pitching time of actually getting their product out there. So the time that you use is more valuable than anything else. Be strategic with where you spend your time. The other strategy is to ask the right questions. You want to dig into what the person actually values, and that goes into our 4 sales pillars that Sam shares: value, trust, rapport, and urgency. Value: what is in it for the customer? What are they going to get out of this? Whether it's pest control or coaching or solar or security, whatever you're trying to sell, a car, a house, what's the value that the customer is going to get long term? And can you future cast that vision by asking the right questions? Trust. Trust is, have you built enough of self-alignment and self-integrity that this person can trust you in their decision-making process? Now, the step 3 is rapport. Rapport kind of goes in line with trust, but it is different. Rapport is acting more like a chameleon and mirroring, using those types of tactics, like we talked about in Never Split the Difference with Chris Voss. Mirroring somebody, matching their tonality, matching their energy, and their personality will help you build that rapport. But don't spend too much time on rapport, because people will sniff that out as BS. You want to spend just the right amount of time on rapport building to then go into trust, urgency, and value. Now, speaking of urgency, urgency is the last thing. Close, always, always, always close. Even if a prospect doesn't seem like they're going to close at the end, build urgency. Say little phrases throughout the pitch like, oh, this is the sell we're doing today. This is our special. This is a thing right now. We're only accepting a few more people. We're not sure if you qualify. All these things build urgency by utilizing a pullback as well. The other thing that he said about value that I'll note right here is that value equals emotion plus logic. People buy based off of emotion and then justify with logic. And that's how you build value. Sell on the emotion and then make them justify their purchase with logic. The other strategy that he says is important is to go problem, solution, product. What's the problem? What's the problem you're trying to solve? Is it bugs? Is it security? What is the problem? What is your unique solution? And then what's the product that's going to you're actually going to be able to give them as the value transfer exchange? Part 3 is execution, how to sell like a savage, but serve like a saint. Number 1 is to master your pitch. Don't be over memorizing your pitch, going through the presentation, getting every line down, getting the intro down, getting all the closes down. Memorize it. Also, blend what he states is having a blend of tenacity and empathy. Being tenacious and going for it and being a carnivore and hunting it down, while also being empathetic to the person's needs, is going to help you have more self-integrity. Mastering the pitch also includes having micro closes throughout the entire pitch. Now, if you noticed, when I was doing solar, I would have pretty much the same presentation, the same jokes, the same phrases throughout the entire pitch for most customer types. You say the same things, same pace, same phrases, same jokes, and you use little micro closes. And as you memorize this, it's only going to increase your closing ratio. The other thing to execute is to always be prospecting. Be looking for leads no matter what you're doing, whether you're in door-to-door, sales, high ticket, you're running your own business, you're always, always, always prospecting, looking for the next lead. What I learned is that you don't want it to be like an elevator, where you get a client and you take them all the way up in the elevator, you get the sell, but then you have to take the elevator back down, and then you have to find another client, and they have to take them back up the elevator. Instead, you want it to be like an escalator. You want people to be consistently getting on this, going up your value ladder, and building trust with you as you're continually getting leads onto the ladder, increasing the likelihood of closing percentages and rates. The other part of prospecting that is very, very important is referrals. And the thing that I like that he said is ask for referrals even if you don't get the sale. You've built rapport, you've built trust with somebody. Even if they say no at the end of your presentation, you can still ask for referrals, because maybe it's not a good fit for them, but they might know somebody that it's a good fit for, and you can get a referral from that. The other thing to execute on is to know your buyer, know their personality type, know their buying temperature, and what you can do to be able to influence them in the right way. There's 4 different types that he talks about: the bull, the owl, the lamb, and the tiger. Or bull is assertive, somebody that knows what they want and they're going to get it. Very red. An owl, which is very analytical, they have to think through the numbers. For this one, you don't want to just tell them the numbers. You want them to be able to go through it themselves and have them find out what the good deal is, because that's where they find value. The lamb, which is passive and social, they're just going to go with whatever's going to be. So using a lot of bandwagoning for your lamb, using other people and testimonials to get them influenced to buy your thing. And then the tiger, who is just fast paced. They want to go at their own pace, do their own thing. And so you have to let them make their decision and you guide them with question-based selling. Now, the last thing that I really liked that he talked about was avoiding sales amnesia. Well, actually, you want sales amnesia. You want to have short-term memory loss. All the no's that you're getting, they don't matter. And you just need to push past them and go through them, because you know the no's are eventually building up and leading to a yes. So, as we come to a close of this training, I definitely recommend this book. He goes over a lot of high-value techniques for your nonverbals, for your closing skills, and for how to prospect, how to view sales as a job, that you're a W-9 or a 1099. There's a lot of good things that he goes over in this book. Highly recommend it. He breaks it down. Every chapter is a super short little bite-sized thing, so you can even do little individual trainings on each individual chapter. So it's very well put together. And I did like his book, but this isn't just about sales. It's about service. It's about what you can give. Now, you might be saving lives with the solution that you're presenting. So show up every day with faith, fire, and discipline. You don't know whose life you're going to change. Last of all, as you know, I have a completely free school community to give away more trainings, more tactics, more skills to you, the MindFit School community. Go ahead and check it out. It's completely free. I'd love to get you in there, learn more about your mindset, your tactics. What can you bring to the community and offer value for somebody as a sales rep? What have you learned? I'd love to hear about it. Thanks so much. As always,